for watching A Priest Crafts. My name is Rebecca Osborne, and I am a priest in the far north of Canada in Nunavut. But this month I am coming to you from Maryland, where my family and I are on vacation, and I've stolen away a few moments while my husband and mother-in-law have the kids at the playground to record. So I'm going to try and record really quickly, all in one take, because I want to get a show up while we are still in the South and on fast internet. So vacation is crazy. You think you're going to have all this time to do stuff, and instead we spend all our time with people, which is awesome and super fun, but haven't been doing a lot of spinning. But I'm trying to gear myself up for Tour de Fleece, because this is going to be my first July that I'm actually ready for Tour de Fleece, that I'm excited about spinning, that I'm ready to plan something, I'm ready to prep and think something out and really do Tour de Fleece. Because what happens every year is I hear about it and it's halfway done and it's too late. It's not going to happen. But this year, since I've been so into spinning, I'm like, this is a great opportunity for me. So the problem is I'm still going to be traveling for the first week of Tour de Fleece, and that's a lot to get behind, you know. I don't have a spindle. I don't really like spindling. I'm really sorry. I know I need to get over it, but so I'm not going to spindle, although that's the logical way to spin while traveling. I'm not going to do that. But what I decided that I can do is I actually have other spinning wheels that are at my parents' house. And I've decided to see if I can turn my beautiful antique castle wheel into a travel wheel for myself. This wheel is really interesting. You know, I've always wanted a travel wheel, a cool, spin illusion or a sidekick or one of those, and I've looked into those, but there's just no way I'm going to have the money anytime soon. But what I do have is this funky wheel. What happened with this wheel, I've had this wheel for 8 years. It was the first wheel I ever owned. My parents knew I wanted a wheel, so my dad got on some auction site in Europe and just ordered this spinning wheel, and we know nothing about it. We don't know where it's from. I'm sorry you can't see it very well against the fireplace there, but maybe if I traded spots with it, you'd see it better. Here you go. It's a little better. It's this beautiful old wheel. It's a built-in Lazy Kate. We don't know much about it except, it probably came from the mid-1800s and was the sort of wheel you could just store in the corner of your house. Because it's very small. It only has one ratio, 6:1. And I spun on it for a while before I got my traditional, which is much more versatile. But the funny thing about this wheel is you can tell it used to be glued together because it has some really old dried wood glue on it, but it actually comes all the way apart. So I'm going to show you a little video of what it looks like to take this wheel all the way apart and put it back together, because I find it oddly entertaining. So I hope you do too. as you can see, this wheel breaks down really small, and once it gets into this bag with all of its parts, it weighs about 16 pounds. So it's not super light, you know, it weighs something, but it's small enough that it can fit in my suitcase. And, you know, so now that I've got it tuned up, it's spinning really quite well. For a test spin on it, I'm spinning some yarn for my daughter. So I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and every year I try and knit them something. But this year they have loved watching me spin, and they love trying to treadle. And Naomi, my older daughter, loves to come and steal my shawls. She likes to just wear one. So I thought, well, maybe for this year, instead of making them a sweater, which is what I usually like to do, maybe I'll make her a shawl, and I'll let her pick the wool, and I'll spin it, and I'll just make it quick and dirty so that, you know, if she destroys it, it's not a lot of time lost. But it'll be something that she helped create, and that, you know, maybe she'll care about it. So she said to me that she wanted yarn that was red, orange, yellow, green, blue, pink, and white. So basically the whole rainbow plus pink and white minus purple. I said, okay, well, how about we go to the store and you pick something? So she picked a wool gatherings braid, which is just beautiful. This is all stripped down, of course, stripped and pre-drafted, but she picked this beautiful braid that has the pink. It has, again, all colors of the rainbow except purple. Doesn't really have red, but I didn't bring it up, so hopefully she's forgotten. She said she wanted a shawl, and then I asked her some questions, and it turned out what she really wants is a small version of the circular medallion vest thing that I made myself that I vlogged about last couple of months. She wants one of those. I said, oh, okay, well, I don't know if one braid is enough, but we'll do our best. I said, do you want stripes or do you want all the colors mixed up? She said, well, I want all the colors. I want all those colors that are in it. I said, well, yes, you're going to have all the colors in it. Do you want them in stripes or do you want them all mixed together? She said, stripes. So that means either singles or Navajo ply, and I want this to last more than 5 minutes, so I accepted that I have to Navajo ply it, even though Navajo plying is not something I'm terribly good at yet. What I decided to do was I divided the braid up, so there's about 2/3 of it that'll be the middle portion, just a circle for the back, and I divided it up into the color, like one color repeat. This is one color repeat, and then I stripped it down more for the middle, and then slightly less stripped for the next round, slightly less stripped for the next round, so that it'll be, so that as I go out in the circle, the stripes will be fairly even. That's my hope. And then I'll just strip it really narrow to do quick short stripes for the border, which is knit back and forth all the way around. I don't know, that's the idea anyway. So that's been kind of my test spin to get this wheel going again. And here's my little, well, my control card is in here somewhere. But I don't know how common it is for people to spin on antique wheels anymore, but I've had antique wheels for a while, and they're really funny creatures. They're really wonderful and lovely and different. They need a lot of TLC. I had an Instagram friend, Danger Puddle, who gave me some great advice for really oiling and polishing and getting my wheels back to as best as they can be, and I'm really glad I took her advice because, oh man, this is spinning so much nicer than it ever has. So, you know, so I took it all the way apart and I cleaned it with Murphy's oil soap, and then I polished it down with some beeswax orange oil polish that I found at the hardware store. And yeah, so she's spinning quite well. I'm relearning how to use double drive, and yeah. So I specifically picked this. I strategically picked this wheel, and I picked a particular fiber for this wheel because I wanted something that would go fast for Tour de Fleece, but that I could spin on 6-to-1 without making myself nuts. So what I found in my stash that was really awesome is more braids that are just like this one, but that I've actually been hoping for years to put into a combo spin. I bought these, oh my word, like 7 or 8 years ago, forever ago. More wool gatherings, more BFL silk. So BFL silk meaning I could spin it at 6-to-1 and make nice low twist singles, and then by the time I'm done my singles, I'll be back in a calo with my traditional, and I can ply them into a 3-ply. What I've sort of always imagined doing is, I'll have to take a picture of these, but is doing a sort of gradient combo ply, because this one has more, they've all got lots of green and yellow. This one's got more blue, this one's got more orange, and this one's got more pinky red. So what I want to do is do a 3-ply, but do that kind of intentionally misaligned thing that I like to do where it starts off being all 3 plies of this, and then you add in 1 ply of this, and then 2 plies of this, and then you have all of this, and then you add in 1 ply of the third one, and then a second ply of the third one, and then it finishes up being all this one. So I've done all the math so that I can strip it down and break it down. So yeah, I'm going to be in Yellowknife for the beginning of Tour de Fleece, and I'm going to be speaking at a youth conference, so I don't think I'm going to have a ton of time, but if I can at least do 15 minutes a day, if I get 15 minutes to myself and I've already had like my quiet time into my Bible reading, that's kind of my, you got to spend time with Jesus, and then you can like spend time doing whatever you want. If I can just get 15 minutes a day in for those first 7 days of Tour de Fleece, then I'll be really, really happy. And I'm not deceived that I'm going to get through all of this doing 15 minutes a day for a week, but I don't know. I just wanted to have something big prepped so that if I do get it done during Tour de Fleece, I have it ready to go. That would be really exciting to me. And so I want to finish this spin before then. Yeah, so I guess that's all I had to talk about today. I kind of just wanted to let you know my plan, and hopefully in a month, Tour de Fleece will be, I'll be in the middle of it, and so I'll be able to tell you how it's going, see what's changed. Yeah. So sorry, it's it's a shorter show. It's a kind of random off the cuff kind of stuff, but like I said, I'm experimenting with this. After this vlog, we'll be halfway through my sort of 6-month commitment, and then I'll reassess and see what I enjoyed. So thanks for spending this time with me. I really appreciate you spending part of your day with me. I hope you, if you're a spinner, I hope you are getting ready for Tour de Fleece and that you have a lot of fun, and I hope to see you on Ravelry. And as always, please do comment and like and do all those things you do on YouTube. And I hope you're having an awesome day. Bye.